Hi guys, welcome to another video. This video was prompted by this commenter here talking about their scammers, something like that. And to be honest, there are women like that over here, just like there's women like that everywhere. But the question is, are the ones here worse than there are other places, and are there more of them in Vietnam? So, to talk honestly, candidly about the virtue of the women over here, generally, this is like maybe 3 out of 5. You'll find that they care about the family. Actually, it's not going to be everybody to the same degree. I have one friend. She is this kind of soft and traditional kind of girl, right? But she says that she says that she doesn't want, that she's not like this kind of family girl, but actually I can tell that she has all the characteristics of this kind of girl. So she may care about like some material stuff a little bit, but it's not to the detriment of her character, right? So there's even a spectrum, a grade, when it comes to this kind of this kind of girl that the commenter is mentioning, the money scammer or something like that, right? But if you want to understand why it is that these women, they care about money, you have to understand Asian culture, more specifically how it can be that half of all Asian women don't marry an Asian guy, and even who they choose to marry when they do marry out, the kinds of women, what they're looking for. Because I don't want to put him on blast or anything, but one other YouTuber, he's an attorney, right? And so he says that 70% of foreign relationships, marriages here, they fail. That's about comparable to the West, some people may think. But even between the native Vietnamese, even though there's problems that would prompt them to want to marry out in the first place, still it's only like about 6-7%. So there has to be some kind of grievous issue that would cause them to want to divorce in the first place, and then even to purpose in their own hearts that money is more important than anything else that you're offering, right? So the thing about Vietnam right now that's so special, they're the fastest growing economy in Asia, and second in the world next to Venezuela, right? Is that they're copying the pattern of the West and their growth, of Korea and of China, and the fact that you have to grow physically, like you have to grow up, get stronger. You have to grow financially, right? You have to grow intellectually, go to school or whatever it may have you, but you also have to grow spiritually. You have to grow in your mind, will, and emotions. You have to grow in your self-control, in your joy, and your love, and your this kind of thing, the intangible, like the soft skills, right? These kinds of things is where the Vietnamese lack the most, but also where they're the most willing to grow, right? And if you're a man, and if you yourself haven't grown in these areas, like just because the gospel isn't as prevalent in Asia, many Asian men haven't yet. If you haven't grown in this area and you want to pursue a woman, then she's gonna take you at what it is that you offer, right? So if you've got money, and if you can't bring her to a place of peace, right, or joy, something like that, then that's what she's going to take from you, is your money. And she's going to expect that you cover her still somehow, right? Because I personally myself, I find that there is a sweet spot for me. This kind of girl who's like cute, definitely, kind of beautiful, maybe a little bit gorgeous. Maybe you can say like a 8, 9. Sometimes that there's this kind of caliber of girl that is jealous within the frame of Asian culture that I talk to on a consistent basis, who is looking for these kinds of soft skills because she realizes that life isn't all just about money and that she wants to have fun and enjoy as well, right? She doesn't want to always have to be responsible for carrying the emotions in the relationship. She wants to relax in a way, right? And it there's this is the kind of girl that you can find in Vietnam, but you have to be a leader in these soft kind of emotional, spiritual kinds of things in order to be able to lead her, right? Because they're looking for men who are leaders. It's not, this isn't like the West where, even though I'll tell you, half of the time that I've been out so far, I haven't had to pay. I haven't had to pay. The last time I went and ate out with a girl, we went to K barbecue, and I put my wallet to pay first. I told her that I would be treating her, and then before I knew it, she had already scanned with her phone the barcode and paid for the whole thing. And I just was kind of looking dumb with my wallet out, trying to hand the money to somebody, and they were giving me kind of crooked eyes, like, see, this guy doesn't know what's going on in the culture here. See, look at this noob. Somebody just paid for him, and he's just like so unaware. See this guy. This is how it hits me a lot of the times when I hang out with girls over here. They're quick and they're eager to pay, to give to me, right? So you can always tell these things early on when you meet a girl, how they act, how they treat you about money, how they even like, carry themselves, the types of clothes they wear, and what they put on social media. That you should be able to see the signs of a woman who has a lot of pictures up of like glamorous whatever. She's out traveling with somebody somewhere. She has lots of clothes, fancy, shoes, whatever, something like that. That she, having a car over here, it's like considered like rich, something like that. She's like always in some car somewhere. So you can see that she's got some kind of taste and some kind of style, and you still want to put your money first to deal with her, and not discern the situation first spiritually, how she's doing emotionally, right? That you set yourself up for failure by yoking yourself with somebody who hasn't given her heart to search for virtue in the first place, right? Because guys, they want to have this kind of girl who's soft and who's feminine and who's sweet and who whatever, right? But those things are soft skills, because you can come here and get a girl, but is it the kind of girl that you really are looking for? Is she youthful? Is she fun? Is she friendly? Does she work hard? Is she family oriented? How is she in the bedroom? And all of these things, it comes down to how much she cares about you, to how much she's actually pursuing greater things. She's gonna treat you to the level that she is self-aware about the relationship and about things of the world, about the spirit, and most times guys, they come to Asia, now I'm talking about foreigners now, and they see a cute girl who's giving them some kind of attention, and then they just go with her right away without realizing that she's got more sinister kind of intent for you. Because most women, they want to marry within their own niche of culture first, right? And then the kind of foreign guys that they they go for, just talking about Vietnam, it really depends and varies what the guy is offering. Because you could have some guy who offers kind of a similar cross-cultural experience, like they're both still like Asian, for example, and they're just from different cultures. I could talk about China, I could talk about Korea, India, that these guys, they do well over here if they come and if they give the women what it is that they're looking for, right? A lot of guys are successful there. If there's some girl who cares more about her image, she'll go with a guy who has a good image in her discrimination. Maybe she is looking for money, or maybe she likes this kind of guy, that kind of guy. Maybe she likes this kind of work, that kind of job. And whoever can satisfy that direction that she's looking for, then she's gonna go with him, right? But there is this kind of girl too who also is looking for strength of spirit. She wants the guy who's gonna be able to bring her to this kind of place of peace. And so when we're talking about women here who come in the relationship and who take advantage financially, right? They're looking for some kind of covering, right? Because I've never seen a guy who prays with his girl, takes her to church, really is attentive to understand her emotions, and even can read her mind, that she finds any greater value anywhere else, right? Because because you hear about like these divorce stories, right? And you think that, oh, the guy was just perfect, and the girl, she was just so evil and had such sinister intent from the beginning, and like it's all her fault, right? But no, actually the guy, he isn't sensitive with her emotions, and he treats her kind of like an object, even though he's not like beating her, he's not like cheating on her per se, maybe not the guy, because that's common in Asia too. You have to realize that when it comes to like treating her like a human being, when it comes to understanding and like growing with her emotionally, when it comes to leading her to a place that is better, most guys, they just cannot do that. And when it comes to women who want to stay in these kinds of relationships, most of them, they suffer through it for the sake of the family. But if you're a foreigner and she doesn't have as many ties with you, and she's not as vested to suffer in a different way that she doesn't know, then she's gonna leave. But you have to add something that it is that she's missing, right? And if you can do that, then you're golden.
You be like bubble tea, you're like a summer breeze under trees. When I'm around you, all of my troubles leave. I'm at ease, I don't know how to tell you just what you mean to me, why you mean to me.